right, high schoolers to the worship center. Middle schoolers, take a seat. Whoop, whoop.
All right, come on in, middle school, middle school, middle school. Put the ball away.
Go sit down.
Hands off.
Yeah, or not bathroom. Do you want to check bathroom? All right, come on in, take a seat. Take a load off your feet. Your feet. All right, come on in. We got some things to do, people to see, things to talk about. We got games to
Fun
play.
to have.
I got candy as prizes. Ooh, look at you straightening up. Oh, I forgot something. Nah, oh well. I'll get it after. Oh, all right, we got a crew coming in. All right. Who, for candy, look at it, kind of like the noise level drop. For candy, who can tell me our 3 rules? Who can tell me for candy? Ollie. Then you got 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3, but you still get candy for at least getting 2 out of 3. Let's go over here. Elizabeth. You got 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. There's one you guys keep adding that's not it. But I like it. So if I need to add it, I can add it. All right, we're going to go back over here. All right, Jimmy. Boom! Jimmy! Beep, beep, beep. All right, here's the thing. We're going to go over this real quick. You 3 get candy for trying. Ollie, Jimmy, and Elizabeth, come find me afterwards. All right. It's hard to see, but turn the lights off. All right. I just want to go over this because breaks, all that. It's easy to forget. Okay. First, respect God. So here's the deal. We talk about God here. We do things. We have worship, all those things. The practices, our conversations are around God. Wherever you're at in your faith journey, you are welcome here. So if you're like, I don't know if I totally believe or if I agree, that's okay. We want you to be a part of the conversation. We want you to be here. We just ask that you respect that this is a place that talks about God and does things like worship. And so we want you to be respectful of those things because there are people here that believe that. And just like you wouldn't go in other spaces and make fun of or joke around in, you would be respectful of the space, okay? And respect where people are at in their understanding of God. So if someone has a question that you're like, I don't know about that, listen, respect. They're asking good questions. So we want to be respectful of where everyone's at in that. Abe, take away the second one.
Number 2 is respect others. Up there it says no bullying, horseplay, contempt. It's a good vocab word. I like that one.
Anybody can define it? Layla? Yeah, it's like mean, like I want to destroy this person. It's like anger times 10. Would you say,
no contempt
Tiffany?
of court.
Yeah, no contempt of court. Tiffany's a lawyer, everybody.
6 months, contempt of court.
All right, next.
Yeah, so respect others. Another part of that is when other people are talking, you're not talking. Because, like, for me, I know, like, when you guys are whispering in the audience, it makes me feel like you're talking about me and, like, making fun of how I talk and having my dogs out. Or you're just, like, making fun of me. And so respecting others isn't just no bullying and no contempt, but it's also listening when other people are talking and respecting what they're saying and giving people compliments. Like, I like your Wrexham sweatshirt.
Thank you, and I like your dogs.
All right, number 3, Shelly.
Also, I added something, Abe.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, the final thing is being kind, loving, and welcoming to everybody who walks through the door, no matter their past mistakes. Sometimes I know, like Bruno, a couple weeks ago, he hit me a little too hard with a dodgeball. But when he walked in these doors, I acted like it never happened, and we're back to being best buddies again. And that's how you guys should be with each other. If somebody was rude or mean to you, or you were to them last week, every time you walk in on a Wednesday night, fresh slate.
Fresh slate.
Fresh.
All right, last rule that we have is respect property. Treat things, and here I put treat things here like you would at home, but treat things here like your mother would want you to treat things at home, okay? Because I know some of you, I might see your rooms and woof, that might be rough. But we want you to treat this space. Our church lets us use this whole space. Like, our sweet old ladies are like, we will give up this church and the beauty of this church for students to run around like crazy, okay? And here's the thing. Accidents happen, and if you're like, oh man, I was playing so hard with dodgeball that I jumped and I landed in the wall and made a huge hole in the wall. Surprisingly, this has happened before, okay? And there was a huge hole in the wall. Instead of going, nah, and walking away, and good luck for whoever finds that, you want to come to a leader, to Abe, myself, and you want to go, I made a huge hole in the wall. How can I fix it? So own it, figure out how to solve it. Own it, figure out how to solve it. Sound good? Question on that? Yes, we've had actually twice holes in the walls in the sanctuary. Last question on this. They told us, and you don't have to pay for things if you break them. You just have to own it and help solve it. But we won't make you pay for it, okay? I know, Jimmy's pumped. He's like, I don't have to pay for it. All right. Last thing, Abe.
Our warning system. So here at Yard, we've got a warning system for if you are breaking these rules, if you're disrespecting God, disrespecting others, or disrespecting property, or just having a bad attitude. And the first time on a Wednesday night, if you're doing that, we're going to come to you and say, like, hey, watch your attitude. And like, keep it in check. A leader will tell you what's going on. If it happens again on like the same night, you're going to have to talk to either Shelly or I, and we're going to figure out what's going on. How we can work through this, and hopefully it's good from there. But if there's a third time, we are going to call your parents, and they're going to help us figure out what that looks like for you to make it right. And so that could be, you got to stack all the chairs, or you got to mop the floor, scrub the toilets. It could be anything that your parents and Shelly and I decide.
Sweet. All right, so everybody got it? Give me a thumbs up. This is your contractual signing of this. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. I'm looking at the 6th grade boys. Thumbs up.
Being in this room is signing the terms and conditions.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a game now. We're going to play a game, and I need you to get into a group of 6 and then go sit somewhere back there. Group of 6. And you need to sit behind the chairs. Let's see where we're at. Group of 6. Group of 6. Group of 6. And then sit somewhere in the back behind the chairs. Somewhere in the back. Sit on the floor with your group. Sit in the back. Sit in the back. Well, we got to see because we need the teams to be even for it to be fair. All right, sit in the back. Once you see your group, sit in a circle, sit down.
Behind the chairs.
All right, leaders, find two further back.
That's
you,
you 8th grade boys.
You got to be like a U shape back here. Go sit by Jill, where Jill is. You got to be back there. Boys, back there. Back there. Ollie, Caleb, Zeke, Orion, back there. All the way back. You're going to go in the center. Center. All right, we're going to play a little game called newspaper hunt. Every team is going to get the same newspaper, and you must, it's like a scavenger hunt in this newspaper, okay? So how it's going to happen is I'm going to say, listen, I'm going to say a word or a phrase, and you might want to divide the pages up among you. I'm going to say a word or a phrase. You have to find it, and you have to run that page up to me. Are you listening? Listen. Shh. I need you to listen. I know it's exciting. Because if you don't know the rules, this is the last time I explain them, and I'm not repeating. If you find the word or phrase, you must bring that sheet up to me in the front, and then your team gets a point. Okay, ready? Here we go. First thing you're searching for is Cecilia Brogan Kudlick, age 87. Cecilia Brogan Kudlick, age 87. Cecilia Brogan Kudlick, spelled Kudlick, age 87. Let's see. Boom! We got a point! Woohoo! There is candy prize for this. Candy prizes for this. Okay, here we go. Next one. Ooh, this one's a little harder. Point over here. Chelsea leaders that are there, keep track of your points. Next one. Black tie is recommended. Black tie is recommended. Black tie is recommended. Black tie is recommended. What? Black tie is recommended. All right, I'm going to give you a hint. It's on page B1. Page B1. Now you got to know how to read page numbers on newspaper.
B1.
Black tie is recommended on page B1. Page B1. You got to know how to read a newspaper. B1. Black tie is recommended. On page B1. Next hint. Oh, let's see. Zeke might have it. Boom! Point for Zeke's team. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. Ready? Next one. Next one. Are you listening? Photos by Frankie Frost. Photos by Frankie Frost. Photos. That should give you a hint. Photos by Frankie Frost.
The photos by Frankie Frost or Freaky Fresh.
Oh, we might have it. Let's see. Oh. Yep, got it. That's another point. All right, you gotta really pay attention to this one. Ready? Pay attention to this one. 415-382-7206. 415-382-7206. 415-382-7206.
1098-765.
No,
4321.
415-382-7206. Yes! Stella! So good. All right. Ready? Here we go. In other medical news, Beck underwent successful surgery on Tuesday at Stanford Medical Center to remove the aneurysm in his upper right arm. He won't throw for at least 8 weeks. What? You guys show me. Nope. Yes! Layla's got it. You weren't on the right page. Nope. Sorry, Andrew.
Wow.
All right, here we go. Next game. Ready? Notice to bidders. 4 restroom renovations, plumbing, electrical, AC paving, concrete curbs, artificial turf, chain link fencing, grading in preparation for owner installment, play structures and equipment, exterior painting. Project estimate is $1.1 million. Notice to bidders. Notice to bidders. Notice to bidders. 4 restrooms. The project consists of 4 restroom renovations, plumbing, electrical, AC paving. I'm giving you a hint with notice to bidders. Project estimate. Let's see, let's see, let's see. No, you gotta actually know where it is. Yes! Okay, ready? Ready? Next one. The Argyle Sweater by Scott Hilburn. The Argyle Sweater by Scott Hilburn. Yes! All right, here we go.
Girls are rushing.
We got 2 more. Here we go. Louisville, high of 64, low of 48. W of C, high of 63. Point it, you gotta show me. No, no, you're close, but you're not pointing it out. Boom! All right, last one. Last one. Ready? Ready, boys? Boys, no horseplay. Last one. What's our score over here? 2, 5, 1, 0, 0. All right. This one's worth 3 points. 3 points. Ready? Or 4 points. 43, memory failure. 43, memory failure.
Hop in a group and grab a page.
43, memory failure. Don't you cheat. You have to stay here.
The boys are reading cartoons.
I read cartoons all the time when I get
43 memory failure on these newspapers.
That's it. They're lost. 43, memory failure.
What did you say?
You got it?
43. Wait, where did it go?
You're close. You're close. Yes! Andrew got it! I think our winner is still over here. How many? You had 2? No, you guys never got one. No. All right. All right. Quickly, you have 30 seconds to go to the bathroom, get a drink, throw the newspaper away. You guys get a prize, so come see me. I'll bring it to small group because I think it's all
boys,
6th
throw
grade.
your newspaper away. And 8th grade boys.
Put the newspaper, 6th grade, 8th grade boys, put the newspaper away. Put the newspaper away. 30 seconds, 30 seconds. And then come take a seat.
guys with me? Take a seat, take a seat, take a load off your feet. Your feet? I'm gonna teach you. Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a load off your feet. Your feet. No. Try to. All right. Take a seat. And take a seat. Shh. So I don't know about you guys, but every once in a while, actually like probably once a week, after I've had like a long day or like a long morning and I don't want to cook, I'll get in my car, or you guys will get in your parents' car, and I'll drive to McDonald's and I'll have a cheeseburger. I have a cheeseburger. Shh. I'll have a cheeseburger, I'll have some fries, maybe a couple cheeseburgers, maybe a chicken sandwich, and I'll have a Diet Coke. Shh. And I'll have a Diet Coke to wash it down. And while I love eating McDonald's every day, it probably would not be wise of me to eat McDonald's for every meal, every single day. But there is a guy, and his name was Morgan Spurlock, that he decided to do just that. He ate McDonald's for 30 days. That's all he would eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I've got a quick little video to show to you guys about this.
I mean, what would happen if I ate nothing but McDonald's for 30 days straight? It's the first day, and we're on my way to breakfast. I got my egg and muffins. That's the first thing right there. Oh, I love Big Mac too. This is like the first time in a long time that I've ever seen a Big Mac that looks like the picture. Yeah, I need the double quarter pounder with cheese meal. Get that. Look at that Coke. And it fits in there. Look at how big that French fry is. That thing is like 4 feet tall. Double quarter pounder. See, now it's time for the meal when you start getting the consolidation. Now I got some gas. My mom, you learn with something from social this morning. Doesn't get rid of that.
So after 30 days of doing that, we just watched the first 3 days. He also had McLiver failure. He had McWeight gain, and he had a lot of McProblems. Because he was saying yes to McDonald's over and over and over again. And while he was saying yes to McDonald's, saying yes also came with him saying a lot of no's. Every time that he would eat at McDonald's, he was saying, yes, I'm gonna have a Big Mac, but no, I'm not gonna have Chick-fil-A this meal. Yes, I'm gonna have a 20-piece McNugget, but no, I'm not gonna live a healthy lifestyle. And he did that over and over and over for 30 days. And what we're gonna be talking about today is what we should be saying yes to and when it's time for us to say no to something. And so when we look at the Bible, there is many times that Jesus said yes to things and he said no to things. Oh, it's tiny font. Okay, but the first thing that we're going to be looking at is a time when Jesus was saying no to things. And so we're going to be in Matthew 4, and this is an account where Jesus goes into the wilderness and he just got done fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. So he did not eat anything or drink anything for 40 days. And here is what happened after he just got done. Nice, Hydro Flask. So Jesus hasn't eaten for 40 days. And then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. We would be hungry too. And the tempter came to him and said, if you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread. Jesus answered, it is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but every word that comes from the mouth of God. Then the devil took him to a holy city and had him stand on the highest point of a temple. And he said, if you are the Son of God, then throw yourself down, for it is written, God will command his angels concerning you, and they will lift you up in their hearts, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. And then Jesus said, it is also written, do not put the Lord your God to the test. Again, the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him everything that there was to offer. He showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor. And he said, I will give you all of this. I will make you the ruler over everything there is if you just bow down and worship me. And Jesus said to him, away from me, Satan, for it is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only. So in this story, we see Jesus over and over and over again 3 times being tempted with different things. Jesus hasn't eaten for 40 days, and he's tempted to just turn some stones into bread, because he could have if he wanted to. And then we see him up on top of this, on this giant temple, and he said no again because that's not God's will. And he did it a 3rd time and said, no, that's not what God wants from me. And so the reason why we see Jesus saying no isn't because he couldn't turn the stone to bread. And he didn't say no because if he jumped off of the temple, he wouldn't be hurt. We see him saying no because that was not God's plan for him to do those things. And so when we look at this story, Jesus was saying no because he knew this was not his purpose for him. So I want you guys to imagine with me for a second that you have a really big test coming up this Friday. Like if you fail this test, you don't get 100% on it. Shh, guys. If you don't get 100% on this test, you guys are going to flunk out of middle school, and you don't even get to go to high school. And so you get told about this test that you've got coming up on Friday, and you think to yourself, wow, I really need to study my butt off. I need to get some rest. And tomorrow, your best friend calls you and says, hey, do you want to hang out? Like, I really want to hang out. Like, we could go get some McDonald's. You would say to them, no, I do not have time to go to McDonald's. Like, I got to study for this test. And then the night comes, you've been studying all day, you're feeling good about this test, but then like you get a little notification on your phone, or maybe your parents come into your room and they say like, hey, do you want to binge watch this entire Netflix series tonight? Like, I think we could get it done before school in the morning. And you would say, no, like I gotta go to sleep. I gotta be well rested for this test that I got coming up on Friday. You gotta make those decisions when to say no and when to say yes. Now, Jesus didn't have a test coming up, and some of you do have a test coming up on Friday, but it's not as serious. But we have these temptations given to us, but we know when they're going to negatively impact are going to negatively impact our life or not get us to the destination that we're trying to reach. And they're not going to fulfill our purpose. So like with a test on Friday, like we know that we need to be studying tomorrow. So we wouldn't take all of our time studying and go to McDonald's with a friend. Or if we knew that we had a test coming on Friday, we wouldn't, need some water. We wouldn't stay up all night the night before and get no sleep because we wouldn't do well on our test. And just like we've got those things coming up, like that test coming up on Friday, we've got this purpose in our life that Jesus has. Oh, is that water? Just like we've got a test coming up on, not that we've got a test coming up on Friday, but we have a purpose in our life that God has for us and God had for Jesus, and we need to know when to say no to those things that aren't going to lead us there. And fulfilling our purpose in life isn't just saying no to things that are going to get in your way, like peer pressure or people trying to get you to do things that aren't good for you and are going to take you further away from your goals. It's also saying yes to hard things that are going to take you closer. In Luke 22, Jesus knows, here's a little bit of setting. Jesus knows that he is about to be hung up on a cross. And before that, he goes into the Garden of Gethsemane, where he likes to hang out, the Bible tells us. And he said, like, Father, God, if you are willing, take this cup from me, take this suffering from me, like, don't put me on a cross. And then Jesus says, yet not my will, but your will be done. Don't put me on this cross, but he says, if that is what you need me to do, God, that is what I will do. And so Jesus goes and he fulfills what God wanted him to do. Now Jesus knows that he is being hung up on a cross is about to cause him suffering. He knows that it's going to hurt. He knows that it's not going to be easy, but he knows that is what God's purpose is for him, and that is what he needs to fulfill. And so I want you guys to think about, I know a lot of you play sports, or you're in karate, or you're in musicals, and you guys know what it means to say yes to stuff, even if, or any commitment in your life. You know what it looks like to say yes to things that you don't always enjoy. Because I loved playing baseball when I was in middle school. And what it looked like to play baseball or to be in a musical is that to play your sport, or to do your thing, you've got to go to practice. And you got to go to practice every week, sometimes every single day leading up to the games. And you know that, like, you guys know that feeling, like, I don't want to go to practice, or I don't want to go practice riding my horse today. Like, that, maybe that one's not true. You guys don't want to go to practice, you don't want to put in the work, but you know that if you want to play in your game coming up, that you've got to go to practice. And that is, and the same way can be said about following Jesus and finding our discovery and purpose. Sometimes we're going to have to say yes to hard things that we don't want to do. We might be too tired to go to church on Sunday morning, but we know that's what God wants us to do, so we happily say yes to getting up and going. Or maybe on a Wednesday night, like, you're like, man, I really don't want to go tonight, I've got a ton of homework, but we happily say, okay, you know what, I'm going to get to the grindstone, I'm going to get my homework done, and I'm going to go to youth group. And we say yes to that. And so the bottom line of all of this, if this is all you hear, is that say yes when the request or decision lines up with God's will in your life, and say no to the things that distract you from God's will in your life. And I know you might be thinking to yourself, well, I know the easy stuff. Like I know when to say no. Like I say no to going to parties, or I say, like Dare taught us, I say no to drugs. Or you might think, I know when to say yes. I know yes to go to church on Wednesdays. I know yes to go to church on Sunday. But sometimes it's harder. And you've got to figure out how to find out what God's will is for you in your life. And that's okay. Don't stress about it. That's why you've got me and Shelly and Tiffany and Maya and Bruno and Anne-Marie and all your leaders and all of us. We're here to help you guys figure out what the right decision is to make. We're here to help you out. Nice jump, Lincoln. And as we figure out how to say yes and when to say no, that's when God's purpose for us is going to be revealed. Will you bow your heads and pray with me real quick? Dear God, thank you so much for everybody that just decided to say yes and be here tonight. And God, I just pray for all of the people that couldn't make it, whether it's because of sports or things going on at home. God, I pray that they know that they're still in our hearts. And God, I pray as we continue to make our walk, you give us wisdom and guidance on what the yeses are and what the nos are. And even if those yeses are hard and the nos are hard or they're easy, just be with us in that. And it's in your name we pray. Amen. Okay. We're going to stay in here for worship. And so this is a really good time to practice rule number 1, which is respect. Close. Rule number 1. And rule number 2, respect. Awesome. And property. Don't kick over chairs.
Let's do some worship, guys. Hey, Abe. Hey, how are your middle school? Hey, Ronnie, just get it. Oh, sorry.
Hey, back. Can you come back? Go. Back. Hey, Ronnie.
Okay, all right. Hey, y'all. We haven't done worship together in a while, so I need everyone's eyes on me. Eyes on me. 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. Eyes on me. Try it again. 3, 2, 1. Eyes on me. Hey, ladies, come stand to your feet. Okay, so we're a little out of practice with what this worship time is. So here's what I need y'all to do, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, you listening, buddy? Can I get some leaders to kind of disperse themselves up front here to kind of help manage some of the chaos? We're gonna enter into time of worship, and this is a time. Let me get my little app here going. There we go. Check. Okay. Okay, so this is a time. Hey, shh. I'm gonna wait. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Quiet down. Hey, this is a time where we get to enjoy the presence of God through song. So this is a really important time for our youth group because we're learning how to participate in something that the church has done for a long, long time, which is sing songs to Jesus. So here's what's cool to do, okay? It's cool to sing. It's cool to engage worship. It's not cool to